Robert Cotter Cook, Robert Edward Ted Turner, yes, that's that Ted Turner, Dr. Robert Heine Kersten. By June 1979, a gray-haired Robert C. Christian and his group had been planning this secretly for 20 years and wanted to remain anonymous forever, but gave his true document of identification and a six-figure sum transferred from a number of different banks in the country to Wayne C. Martin, the president of the Granite City Bank, to pay the money to Joe H. Findley Sr., president of the Elberton Granite Finishing Company, to build a compass calendar clock monument using plans in metric specifications, and $5,000 to pay Double Seven Farms, Wayne Mullenix, for 5 acres of land atop the highest hill in the county and lay a foundation as a contractor. Then the 1x4x10 proportioned granite slabs were cut, drilled, lettered, and positioned according to specifications and read the following. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely. Improve fitness and diversity. Unite humanity with a living new language. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally and resolve external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Be not a cancer on this earth. Leave room for nature, leave room from nature. And then finally, let these be guidestones to an age of reason. Don't hand me no lies, keep your hands to yourself. Written in cuneiform, Sanskrit, hieroglyphics, and Greek satellitese. The sheriff had installed security cameras to keep an eye on them, as they had become the significant tourist attraction in Elberton. And then in 2001, Robert C. Christian sent his last letter, and the banker assumed that he had been, since he'd been in his mid-80s, he had passed away, as nobody else had ever saw or spoke with Christian but him after the blue granite stones were placed. By the way, they're termed pyramid. Blue granite is only used when associated with a subject, so I don't see this as an industry term even at the time. Just saying. Joe H. Findley Sr. was a mayor of Elberton from 1980 through 1987, and the property purchased has been fully disclosed to the public records, and the Guidestone's history and construction are publicly available and in great detail. There's even a 50-page booklet published by the Elberton Granite Finishing Company, where the most expensive project they ever did, and the most famous one. So they were the best possible advertisements, so Findley's promotion of them may be merely an inevitability of the circumstance. At the bottom center of the tablet, it also says additional information available at the Elberton Granite Museum, Exhibit College Avenue, Elberton, Georgia. Mr. Christian would reveal his name on the condition that Martin promised to serve as the sole intermediary, sign a confidentiality agreement, pledging to never disclose this information to another living soul, and agreed to destroy all documents and records related to the project when it was finished. He said he was going to send the money from different banks across the country because he wanted to make sure it couldn't be traced. He made it clear he was very serious about the secrecy. After receiving $10,000 deposit, Findley stopped questioning and started working. Even the Elberton Granite Association started rumors that Findley was behind the whole thing and self-promotioning. And Martin, who promised to destroy all the records of his dealings with Christian, did not keep that one request, as of 2009 anyway. Every document connected with the Guidestones that ever came into his possession, including letters from Christian, were stuffed into a hard-sided case of an IBM computer he bought back in 1983 in the back of his garage. Mysteries work that way. If you want to keep people interested, you let them know only so much. The rest is enshrouded in the vast sunny stillness. Mark Dice, promoting his books, has argued for these Guidestones to be destroyed and posted fake videos yearly about the stones that were eventually vandalized by conspiracy theorists almost exclusively. And that's when the popularity really took off, is after people started trying to destroy them. Wayne Martin suffered a debilitating stroke a few weeks before being in a 2015 or so clickbait Christian filmmaker documentary called Dark Clouds Over Elberton that drowns you with Bible verses and praises faith and derides any form of reason, and waits until the last minute to tell the audience all of this, and to tell the audience to obey Christian doctrine or else. Oh, and also saying that R.C. Christian is really Dr. Herbert Kersten from Fort Dodge, Iowa. Coincidentally, his friend Robert Merriman, Fort Dodge messenger, helped publish a book called publish something called Common Sense Renewed, a paperback Stoilus Graphic Services 1990 Vanity Publishing pamphlet given to a limited amount of people and available for $2,500 if you want to buy it off the net. As a used item from 1986, copy on the internet is one of 100 copies Vanity published, and both titles are based on Thomas Paine's pamphlet Common Sense. All this seems to be a painful, pun intended, BS remake of somebody, forced meme. And by the way, the stones aren't Arthur C. Clarke's 2001 A Space Odyssey 1:4:9 ratio. It should also be pointed out that there is in Hamilton County, Texas, a date of birth of 1919, February 20th, and Bandera County, Texas, rest in peace, stone, 2005, April 9th. Grimes Funeral Chapels in Bandera can be contacted about that. So I'm going to get to my little point about this little video I'm doing with basically a static image or two. And this is being, oddly enough, I'm recording this as an audio file only, so I can get away with getting a recording done at all. To be blunt, if you look up Common Sense Renewed, either as the file or whatever, it's directly associated with someone claiming that R.C. Christensen was a Dr. Herbert Kersten, who's supposed to be some sort of white supremacist. And the Common Sense Renewed paperback being sold at $2,400, and the 1986 copy, which I'm linking below, which is one of 100, or 86 of 100, they're all Vanity published, and they're all rip-offs of each other. None of them contain any corroboration of them being associated with R.C. Christian. Also, I'd like to point out one of the other sources I'm citing, it's kind of a source, listing itself as the authoritative source, most of you will know it when you see it, goes on and on about the Freemasons, and even the Wired magazine one repeats the oft-repeated fake claim of the 33rd degree Mason. There isn't such a thing. So I'll repeat. The rest is enshrouded in the vast stillness or silliness in that way. This was done as a stunt to publicize a city whose main claim to fame is being the biggest granite producer or granite processing place in the entire country or world or whatever. Again, this is a tourist trap. This is a meme. And some guy like Mark Dice or someone else taking advantage of conspiracy theorists being easily manipulated people and not being an awakened sheeple population, or other people taking advantage of someone who is suffering from a stroke to get him to say certain things. All of this stinks when you look it up. And even the pamphlet that you get from the site, it's just self-promotion for the area. The ones who seem to be doing the most evil here seem to be the people screaming it loudest. But hey, at least Arthur C. Clarke had nothing to do with it, nor did 2001, nor did Kubrick, none of that. And hey, you can all have fun with that. You can look up Wired Magazine and Metabunk and all the others and read the information if you want to. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the third and hopefully final video on the subject. At one time, I made a video a long time ago, I don't have it anymore, that repeated some of these same memes. And it was wrong then. I'm afraid it's still wrong. And it really is kind of sucky that Mark Dice is still beating this drum every single year on a regular basis, trying to milk it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.